You know I'm a G.I. Joe fan. That's the bulk of what I open here. That and probably Toy Biz figures. Just because they made so many of them and they're pretty cheap. But I've actually never owned in my entire life a G.I. Joe Extreme figure, nor have I really wanted to. But I was at the G.I. Joe, the Cincinnati Toy Show a few weeks ago and saw this. I talked the guy down from, you see, $5 to $3. This is a G.I. Joe Extreme Harpoon with Hydro Surge water cannon. At this point, Hasbro is owned by Kenner. This is 1995, so a year after the G.I. Joe line had closed down. They made a cartoon out of this. It sucked. I remember it was like, got to get tough, yo, Joe. Some of these are actually kind of cool, though. So, let's see. Sergeant Savage is cool. You know, I like Sergeant Savage. They kind of crossed him over into this line. Iron Claw is pretty cool. Black Dragon is cool. Rampage is cool. People like Freight, Metalhead, they kind of suck. But some are actually kind of cool molds. This woman here, Mayday, she's got like a little tank thing she goes on. You know, so whether you like it or not, I don't know. They're kind of weird. But, you know, I bought this because like I wanted something different, something new. Still part of the G.I. Joe Hasbro lore, but a toy line that I haven't opened yet for all my adoring fans and viewers and subscribers. Well, then I won an auction of like 6 of these different figures, so look for a future episode where I'm going to open some of these guys up. And now I'm like, oh man, I got so many. I was going to try to sell him. They, as you can imagine, these aren't hot sellers, and you can get them for pretty cheap. So I was like, well, how about this one, open it? I'm going to commit to that, and I'll just open some of the other ones in future episodes so I can keep vintage toy freedom going for years to come. So Mr. Harpoon here, he's been in his plastic prison for 22 years. He's got kind of a weird mole. He's got like a little metal arm. And see, these didn't have a lot of articulation. I mean, they do at the arms, the legs, and the neck, and that's it. You know, so they're definitely, you know, this to me feels more like the some of the Batman figures or the DC Total Justice line. Feels a lot more like that. So he's got these big old guns here because he is extreme. If we can get that in his hand. And yeah, this didn't really work out. The cartoon, the toy line. You know, once Kenner got a hold of Hasbro, and they try to, you know, revamp it for the mid-90s. You know, you see lots of like pouches and stuff. That's kind of what was popular in comics at the time, with the whole like Image and Rob Liefeld and Spawn and Youngblood and all that kind of X-Force and all that kind of stuff. But this, it just didn't work out for G.I. Joe fans. Didn't work out for comic book fans. Just didn't work out. This guy's name is Jose Montalvo. He's an aquatic operations coordinator, former Navy SEAL who really makes waves when battles take to the sea, though he'd rather be fishing than fighting. So yeah, I guess you take this and you stick it in the water, and then you do that, and it shoots water, which I'm not really going to mess with. I don't really care that much, but yeah, you look at this guy, he does not scream G.I. Joe. He seems some kind of like bootleg DC Total Justice, you know, guy. But there he is, G.I. Joe Extreme from Kenner / Hasbro, 1995. This is Harpoon. He's going in a bag of weird figures that I'm going to sell on eBay for really cheap because he doesn't really do anything for me. But thanks for watching, and I agree that you should. It's better to fish than to fight.